As someone who frequents the middle aisle of Aldi, I've learned to expect the unexpected. But did you know that among the bananas and discount wetsuits, Aldi once offered something truly unexpected: computers. It's been a while since I've personally spotted a Medion branded PC in Aldi, but apparently back in the late 90s and early 2000s, Aldi was making waves in the tech world. Enter the Medion MT6. While there are some different variations of this exact model, most of them follow the same formula. Quality MSI designed motherboard, Pentium 4 CPU, mid to high-end graphics card, and multimedia features to boot. So let's get this one cleaned up and back up and running. So this particular unit has been sat in my garage for well over a year, yearning for a cleanup. One of the selling points of these systems were all of these multimedia ports on the front. And this mechanism works, but it is a little bit crusty after 20 years. The case had many years of dust on the outside and inside, so I knew by this point I had my work cut out for me. The GPU in here was a Medion 9800 XL. This is an ATI Radeon 9800 Pro with a slight underclock and less memory. The other card in here is also another Medion exclusive card. It's got a TV tuner and dial-up modem both on the same card, and looks to be what handles all of those multimedia ports that are on the front. The front fascia was a little bit precarious to remove and the power button broke, but that should be fine. Now, fully exposed is the upper DVD burner, the lower DVD reader, the card readers, the media ports, and this Wi-Fi antenna. I think the idea of having the two drives was that you could make copies of movies on the fly. The 2000s were truly the Wild West of piracy. The single hard drive in here is a 160GB Seagate Barracuda. That's pretty awesome for the time. The RAM situation is just 2 sticks of 256 meg DDR. And yeah, I screwed up the removal of this CPU cooler. I was a bit annoyed that the power supply couldn't come out first, but instead of being patient, I was an idiot. After unplugging everything else and getting rid of the forbidden candy that was taped to the bottom of the case, it was time to remove this motherboard. Now it's time to suck up 20 years of skin cells, making sure I hit every nook and cranny that I can with the Dyson. Into the night now, I gave everything a good wipe down with spray to get rid of some of the stains and some of the tougher dirt that was on here. I finished it off with a bit of magic eraser, which cleared up what was left, and by the end of it, my Bunnings table was pretty filthy. Now fitted with a slightly more reliable power supply, it's time to reassemble. I installed the 3GHz Pentium 4 that I slightly bent the pins on earlier, but thank goodness it fit in the socket without any hesitation. Time to get everything else back in here now. To my surprise, it booted up first go. How great is that? The installation of Windows XP was still on there, but to my dismay, I found it was loaded with viruses and other crap that I wanted to nuke. So took the hard drive out and made a backup of the recovery image that was on here. Alright, so the computer's up and running. It was a total pain to get the recovery image that I dumped off the hard drive and then basically re-image the drive. The recovery CD wasn't playing nice. It kept saying it couldn't find the images. I eventually found a program called Drive Image 2002. You can actually boot off that CD and it let me take that image and put it onto the hard drive. Gave me a full installation from the factory. It's Windows XP Home. It was still on Service Pack 1, so using the legacy update tool, it brought it all the way up to date. I've got Service Pack 3 on there now. I've got the latest DirectX, so I can play whatever game I want, basically. Okay, so the first thing that you'll notice is we've got a custom Medion background. If you go into Properties and Desktop, actually comes with a whole bunch of them in different styles. This one's a bit different, kind of gives me a more 90s vibe. And then we've got this one, which is just so cheesy with the fake optical flares. And I'm guessing some intern with like Photoshop 7 put this together. But anyway, the computer does have a wireless networking card. Unfortunately, the only thing that it picks up is what appears to be a neighbor's unsecured smart speaker, and it doesn't pick up anything else, and there should be like 10 in this list. So I don't care. Early 2000s Wi-Fi is really slow and it's really insecure. Wireless keyboard Einstellungen. So I don't know if I said that right, but that's German. So this is like
the on-screen display if you touch something on your wireless keyboard. I don't really have like volume buttons or anything on this one, but yeah. Real-time monitoring disabled. Yeah, it has this eTrust antivirus. Never heard of eTrust before. I disabled it because it seemed to be making my network transfers really slow. Next, we've got this 3D audio thing. C Media made the audio chipsets for a lot of motherboards, a lot of cheap sound cards. It's the same sort of chip. I don't know if it's the exact same, but the one you'd find on these, you know, whoa, multimedia. Anyway, nothing special. It's not like it's a Sound Blaster or anything cool like that. They did have to keep costs down. You know, it was an Aldi product at the end of the day. Next, we've got Power Cinema. So it's kind of like a Media Center before Media Center, or maybe Media Center Edition did exist around this time, but it cost too much to license. So they purchased the Cyberlink, this Cyberlink package, and just slapped their branding on it. But both of the DVD drives were dead. I replaced the top one. The bottom one is still in there, and I marked it dead. It's a DVD. We all know how DVDs work. Right, so software, bundled software. We all love the bloat and shit that computers used to come with, and glaring is AOL Australia. So America Online Australia. This doesn't work anymore. AOL's not around, I don't think. At least in Australia, it's not around.
Currently, the most common way to access the internet is by using a dial-up connection. With a dial-up connection, a computer uses a modem to dial up and connect to an internet service provider.
That's fascinating and wildly out of date. This computer is definitely configured for the first-time user, because when Windows XP was giving me the out-of-box experience, it actually asked me if I wanted a tutorial on how to use the mouse, and I never usually see that on a Windows XP fresh install. So I think Medion added that in, or maybe it was an option, not too sure. Okay, so AOL, eTrust we looked at. Games, they're all the same games that Windows XP came with. Instant copy. Instant, is this going to let me do some piracy? So I guess this was like a CD DVD ripper, which is pretty cool. Like, you know, that's really what this machine was for, was for dads who were getting into computers and they wanted to rip their DVD collection for their media center, for their home cinema. You get a lot of home cinema tools. Now this is it. Media show. Oh my gosh. I love that graphic design. We need to bring that back. Power Director is an editing program. I actually used to use this years ago to do editing. By editing, I mean stitch together. Just...
Hello? It's me. This is my videos.
Yeah. Power DVD. It's just a standalone DVD player. This program was on so many computers. It was bundled with like every DVD-ROM drive. If you bought like from a computer shop, a DVD burner or DVD reader or whatever, it came with a copy of Power DVD for sure. Video Live Mail. Yeah, sure. Oh my God. I want to be him. Wow. Now you're surfing on the internet. So yeah, a lot of bundled media software, which is, you know, for its time, bundled software was always good. That was a value add. It showed that you were getting what you paid for. Microsoft Money, this is accounting software, basically. I'm not going to even open it, that's boring. And Microsoft Picture It, you know, photo editing, enhancing tool. I did want to try opening from a camera. This little digital camera here, it's a Sony Mavic that uses floppy disks and a memory stick. I do have a memory stick in there. Look, there we go. Jump scare warning. We'll do the fixing. So we'll fix everything and save. Done. Wow. That made it look terrible. This looks like a middle-aged dad trying to hit on someone half their age on Facebook profile picture. So let's see, what's the best way to capture video? I'm going to use Power Director, I think, because I used to use this when I was really young. Ooh. Yes, I remember this video Fit City video. What was that? I was just gonna watch that again. Oh my god. Hopefully that's not copyrighted. If it is, I'd really love to see what that copyright strike looks like, because I want to know who made this. We're going to go into capture analog video. There's no video device available. Damn, I had some footage on this that I really wanted to capture and demonstrate, but gaming. You may have seen I installed Vice City. Vice City came out in 2002, but it wasn't released on the PC until 2003. So they had a year to port it over from the PlayStation 2 version. It was ported over with Windows XP in mind, with that being the target, and it actually runs pretty well. I will just unlock the frame rate just to show you the potential here. You can see it's pretty smooth, but I can already tell the physics are off, because look at, as I'm turning the car, what it's doing. It's like jumping around, but you know, that frame rate is pretty impressive. You'll just have to pretend that there's like amazing 80s music playing on the radio. I love an old game and just finding like just a place that like you've never gone to. Like, I've been playing this game for 20 years and I don't think I've ever stood in this basketball court. I had no idea that it existed. Anyway, Vice City runs beautifully. I like that. So Half-Life 2 took a little bit of time to open up. Okay. I probably chose the worst level. Oh, here we go. It's actually not bad now. There's a lot of water physics and stuff going on. Yeah, I'm not loving this performance. You know, we do also only have a half a gig of RAM. I think a bit of a RAM boost would definitely help. The way Valve pulled off the Source engine is just pretty amazing. It was a bit of a technical marvel, if you ask me. So Half-Life 2, pretty cool seeing it on a computer from, you know, around the same time that the game came out. But I am sure that like the launch version is very different to this one. This is a far more modern one. So I'm going to try Serious Sam 2, or Serious Sam the Second Encounter, noticing that it's detected it as a 9800 Pro, but then when I change it to Direct 3D, so like DirectX, it changes back. So we'll try OpenGL, 1024 by 768. So far so good. Definitely gonna get this chainsaw. Oh my god, jibbed. There's more? Oh, give me this, please. I always thought it's really amazing how this small Croatian development team created this engine on their own. I think that's really, really cool. They could have used any engine, but I think they just went with, let's make our own, just because the fees for the other ones were so high. Buttery smooth gameplay, that's for sure. This engine is freaking awesome. Okay, so that's the Medion MT6. Really, really cool machine, I've got to say. I think I paid 20 bucks for it. It was really dirty. It had a bunch of crap and I think viruses on the hard drive. And the fact that we've got it here in its factory settings, I think is really cool. For its time, it was a fantastic multimedia machine and gaming machine. You know, I had a lot of fun cleaning this thing up and eventually getting the factory operating system on there. But I don't think I'm going to keep this installation on there. What I think I'm going to do, two options. I'm going to either wipe the hard drive completely clean and do a fresh install of Windows XP Pro, fully patched, updated. I'm going to get the latest drivers. Option 2 is try and turn this into a Windows 98 PC. I've got heaps of Windows XP machines that I use either for myself or for LAN parties, but I don't know, I think it would be a fun little project to try and get this running Windows 98. Let me know what you think, what option I should go with. It's not necessarily up to vote, I'll just see what I'm feeling. Yeah, see you in the next video. Bye. I wanted to do that thing that YouTubers do where they stand up
and walk away. But I forgot to charge my wireless mic thing, so it's all tethered. So that's not very cool. Maybe I can unplug it, see if it still works. Oh, the light's still on. So it's still working. I thought it was charged, which is a bit annoying. If you're still watching, thanks for your time. I appreciate it. Bye.